my friends, and welcome to a Henry's Kitchen cook-along tutorial. I'm Henry, we're in Henry's restaurant in the beautiful city of Bath, and what we want to do is bring you guys into our kitchen, show you a few chefy techniques, recipes, ideas, hacks, and hopefully make you more confident as a cook and try these things at home. Okay, so to kick things off, the perfect roast potato starts with the perfect potato. There are some where if you do everything I'm about to talk about perfectly, it won't matter, they'll still go waxy and hard and pretty horrible. So you need the right potato. The best two are Maris Pipers and one called Lovers. If you get those two, you can find them in most supermarkets. Don't use any of the others, and that's the first step. Get the right potato, Maris Piper or Lover. Step one. So step two for the perfect roast potato happens the night before your Sunday roast. You want to peel and cut your potato into your classic potato size, and then you want to get it into cold water and in your fridge overnight. The idea of that is the water takes out all the starch, not all the starch, but some of the starch from the potato, and just helps them crisp them up. It's a little hack. If you have the time and you're organized, get them into the water the night before and then out Sunday for your roasties. Okay, so we've got our lovely potatoes, right potato in the cold water overnight, and then we want to get a reasonably sized pan big enough to cover the potatoes, and we're going to put them into cold water. So they start in cold water, and then we're going to bring this up to the boil. Once it's at the boil, we're going to set a timer for exactly 5 minutes. Okay, so our potatoes have had 5 minutes in the rapid boiling water. We've strained off all the water, and now we've got our steaming roasties on the way. So the first trick, which you've probably heard of, is to get them back in the pan, and then we give them a bit of a smash. You just rough them up a little bit. That gives you like nice flaky edges. So they're roughed up. What you got to do now, temptation is to get them straight in your hot oil. You don't do that. You want to wait. Give yourself plenty of time. Make it sort of the first thing you do, part of your roast, because once they're done, they'll sit quite happily for a little bit. What you want to do is wait now until all this steam has stopped. So basically they've cooled down. And then when they go in the hot oil, you're not putting a hot potato in the hot oil, putting a cold potato, or at least a room temperature potato in the hot oil. And that will just help the process crispen up a little bit quicker. So now we wait, we're patient, and we're going to wait until they're all steam's finished and they cool down a bit before we move on. All right, so our potatoes have cooled. We want to get our oven up to about 180, preheated at 180, so they're ready for potatoes. We've got a baking tray with just vegetable oil. I don't use any other oils. A little bit, sort of a half-inch vegetable oil in the base of it, and then we want to get our potatoes in. The temptation sometimes is you see people like dropping them. That's just going to like splash and hurt someone. So get yourself a pair of tongs, and then just place the cooled potatoes in the oil. And then I'm going to talk about timings, because that's quite important. So we got our potatoes in, we give them a little bit of a coating in the hot oil before they go in. And then we're going to move on to timings. So once they go in the oven, they're going to be in 20-minute cycles. So give them 20 minutes, set a timer, and then you want to turn them. Give them another 20 minutes and another turn. And depending on the size, it should take about 3 to 4 turns, so about an hour. And then you have the perfect roast potato. But every 20 minutes, just give them a turn in that oil, and they'll be perfect. Okay, so after about an hour, they've had 20 minutes, turn, 20 minutes, another turn. You'll be left with something which is crispy on the outside, nice and fluffy on the inside. You can almost hear the knock of them, and then you know you got something close. It kind of almost sounds hollow. So into a bowl, a little bit of coarse sea salt. You can finish it off with some fresh garlic and rosemary at this stage. Just give them a season up, and you've got something that's nice and hard, nice and crispy, and a lovely, fluffy, sort of soft in the middle, and you've got like crunchy outer casing. And that's perfect roast potato.